Alrighty. It is October 19th, 2020, marking 30 and a half weeks from home. Thursday was 30 weeks working from home. Uh, yeah, time is flying. I think counts at 214 days or something like that. It's pretty crazy. It's going pretty good. We did hear from the company this week that well, the wording was a little weird in the announcement, but it basically, until the end of March, working from home is a possibility or a likelihood. So it's weird that the way the language was on it, but it's at least we have some kind of date. But the interesting is, March 19th was the day that I did my first full work from home day as part of the whole virus stuff. So uh, that means it'll be over a year at home, which is pretty wild all around. So it seems to be doing good. I mean, you've seen videos, or there's been videos on the channel on different tech and pieces and stuff like that that I've gotten to help make working from home better. I'm in the new chair right now, using the two new monitors, using the GoPro through the cam link to record this video, that kind of stuff. So a bunch of the different videos that are on the channel all kind of tie into being able to do this kind of stuff. Um, but yeah, it's working pretty well, so that's good. Um, but the last video I did for just kind of a discussion of where we stand and how things are going was for the 26 week or half year mark working from home. So there's been some changes since then. I can't remember. I believe the furnace had failed us during that period. So that's been repaired and replaced since then, um, which is good because the temperature has tanked. We essentially bypassed fall again this year and went right from hot summer temperatures right to early winter temperatures. Like it's below freezing out there right now by a few degrees Celsius, so well below it was. I think when I got up it was -7, -8 Celsius, which is pretty darn cold for October anyway for us traditionally. So we're definitely at the bottom of the averages, if not below average temperatures. So that sucks, making it pretty cold out there. So when you don't get a fall going from our hot summers to our really cold winters, it doesn't help because you can't get used to the colder temperatures. So that kind of sucks. But yeah, at least the furnace has been replaced, so that's gonna do some major helping there. And it does seem to be a way better furnace, much better, more even heat, things like that. So that's good. Um, what else? So I mean, along with those freezing temperatures, we've got the pool closed now. That's all been closed up. Hot tub outside is still kind of running for a little bit, not too much longer. It's not a 220 volt hot tub. It can be transitioned to that, but it's running on a 110 right now, so it doesn't handle the cold or stay warm as well. The heater, of course, doesn't run as well on the 110 as it does in the 220. So yeah, yeah, it's not got much longer either, unfortunately, before we have to shut that down. So. But one thing I am noticing without the pool and the time, the exercise in the pool that I've had over the summer, is that I've got to watch my weight starting to move again. So, got to get some more cardio in, figure out how to move, burn some more energy, move some more. That's going to fit into the whole working from home stuff. So that means probably more treadmill, more walking the dogs. Obviously, I've been saying need more treadmill time for ages, so that needs to get done. Which looks like that's doable. I've come up with some ideas on how to get a bit of treadmill walking time in during work days. It's I've got a meeting that happens every morning that's an active listening meeting as opposed to full on audience participation. It's active listening, um, that kind of stuff. So I'm able to walk relatively slowly on the treadmill and attend that meeting remotely and still get a little bit of exercise, probably about a mile of walking in while I'm still working properly for that meeting. There are other meetings I could not do that in where I'm taking notes or things like that, but that particular meeting works. So that helps. I'm gonna do some more running, that kind of stuff, get that all going. Um, what I've also been wanting to do more weights. I've been doing some weights throughout the whole deal. I don't know if no, they're not visible behind me, but I've got some weights on the floor that I'm doing some lighter exercises. I do chin ups and stuff like that daily, but just some lighter exercises that work the upper body and doing some squats and things like with them. Not not massive muscle gaining exercises, not massive strength gaining exercises, just trying to burn calories and just exercise more. Um, and I've been looking at trying to get maybe a bit more of those weight plates and things like that for that stuff, just to be able to basically progress further. Because with how I've been using them, I'm kind of maxed out on what I can do with the weight plates I have. So wouldn't mind going further, but unfortunately the weight plates right now are astronomically priced. They're no longer, well, I'm not sure they were ever inexpensive, but it's way worse now. So this past week I purchased some exercise bands from Amazon just to give them a try. That I think it was an Amazon Prime deal for the Prime days or whatever, just to give them a try, just to see. I mean, the obviously the numbers on them for this is a 10-pound strap or this is a 50-pound strap doesn't quite line up, but maybe it works as the 50 is 10 or 5 times better, or yeah, more resistance than the 10, that kind of thing. But what I am finding is it is a good way to again move all the muscles and things like that without putting a lot of stress on the joints. It seems to work pretty good. Like the first day I did some upper body workout with it, and I felt it the next day, which was good, which means it was doing something, and it wasn't the bad thing where I obviously had stressed a joint or anything like that. It's I worked the muscles. Fantastic. That's what I want to do. Just work the muscles, get some movement, burn some calories, that kind of thing. So I'm going to see how those transition over the next little while, and just see how those work, and um, just come up with a plan on how to use those properly. Right now, I've just been experimenting, but yeah, gonna just build that into an exercise plan. So that'll be good. So that's a good part of where I'm going to go for the next couple months anyway, is more of that resistance training, using that kind of stuff, and more time on the treadmill, walking where I have the opportunity, and then running as well. Got to get that going. So that's good. Lots of other changes too in the last 4 weeks and a bit. Heather is done her pool business for the winter. Not only was our pool closed, but her pool maintenance business is now closed up essentially. Uh, all done for the winter. Get that all done just in time. Um, Changes in the kids' schooling. Our daughter's hasn't changed. She's been doing, since the school year started, she's been doing 5 days or the full period at school. She hasn't had any homeschooling days since September when we started back in class. But my son's has been 2 days out of 6 that he's been in class, and then the other 4 days out of 6 working from home, doing remote classes, that kind of thing. But that's now in the process of transitioning to 3 and 3. So seeing how that going. This is only, I mean, it was a shortened week last week because of Canadian Thanksgiving. So we had 1 day in class last week. This week I'll have 2. We won't really start to see the impact of the 3 and 3 for a little bit, like probably next week. So it's, yeah, so we're seeing how that goes. But I mean, of course, all that stuff is in flux because the case numbers in Manitoba and in Winnipeg, specifically where we live, are climbing pretty fast. So that's unfortunate. We're like record highs multiple days last week, that kind of thing. So it's all in flux. There, more restrictions got applied into the city today, and they're monitoring or whatever. So the restrictions that went in are more focused. They have a pretty good idea from contact tracing and things like that on where some of the problem areas are, and they're focusing on those areas to start with. Just trying to avoid a full close down again, like what was in March, and just try and get focused. Basically, fix the problem as opposed to, you know, fix the scratch on the knee instead of amputating the leg. So hopefully that works. It is interesting because we're just now at the start of what would be about a week and a half or a week or so after Canadian Thanksgiving. So if people were catching it at family gatherings a week ago, we're going to start seeing those cases. So it's going to be interesting to see if there's even greater spike in cases in the next few days. So it's kind of lovely, but we're watching just to see how things are going and just staying safe and following the rules. Wear our masks, wash our hands. We keep hand sanitizers in our vehicles, things like that. So every time we come out of a store, we're sanitizing our hands and things like that. So we're doing our best to do what we can, and I don't go anywhere, do anything anyway most of the time, so it's that helps. So I'm staying at home, but it's we're watching the kids' schooling stuff and how things are going there, and making sure that they're keeping clean as much as we can, that kind of stuff. So what else do we got? Yeah, we've done a lot of cleaning last little bit. I mean, with the 3 dogs and that kind of stuff, and as we get into the winter with everything closing down, it's not only do we do spring cleanings, we do a fall cleaning, and we started that like last weekend or the weekend before. Yeah, it was last weekend. We just like from top to bottom, dusting shelves, cleaning, just getting all that kind of stuff with the new furnace, and there's a new filtration system on there. So we did a bunch of stuff like cleaning the ducts, and we found a Fisher Price person, one of the little peoples, in one of the ducts that must have been there for years and years that we just never managed to clean out of the duct before, I guess, when we did other cleaning. So we found that, so that was funny. But yeah, we're just basically trying to clean all the dust out of the ductwork, clean dust out of the air, keep the carpets clean, just so that we're not having any kind of issues with dust and the pet dander and all that kind of stuff through the winter. Just yeah, just to be healthier, really. So, but yeah, it's been good. We're doing a lot of cleaning, a little bit of little organizing and that kind of stuff. So, a little bit goes a long way when doing that kind of stuff. So, that is good. And what else? So yeah, the sad thing. We had a Disney vacation. Well, not fully planned because we didn't have tickets and we didn't have flights yet. But we had room reservations for Disney Boardwalk for Boardwalk Villas. That's our DVC home resort. We had DVC Villas for 2 weeks in December, or 9 nights in December. We would be gone before Christmas kind of thing, but mid-December, so we get the full Christmas vibe, but maybe not the full Christmas crowds, was the idea. And of course there's stuff at Hollywood Studios we haven't seen yet and things like that. So we were looking forward to that trip, but we just had to see that the cases keep increasing. It wasn't safe as it is right now. If I flew down to Florida and came back, I'd have to self-isolate for 2 weeks here in Manitoba and Canada. For those just the rules as they are right now. So didn't want to have to self-isolate, those kind of things. The assumption being that those rules aren't going to change anytime soon, as we basically have the second wave hitting us here. So it was unfortunate. We had to do it. It's yeah. I mean, we normally go in the winter. I think last time we went in November. Yeah, in November, and I went in January for the Goofy Challenge. But we normally go in the winter. So as it is right now, it's like either going to be late 2021 or early 2022 that we would go again. So we got over a year and a bit now before we would see Disney World again. So that's disappointing. But it's we've got to stay safe. We've got to keep the kids safe. So we're not going. I mean, I know Disney's doing the best they can, but yeah, it's there are human beings going to those parks, and sometimes people suck. So we're going to avoid that. Yeah, so anyway, that's just a quick kind of discussion where we are right now. Hopefully this looks okay. I tried to do a little bit of a stuff in the hot tub the other morning, but I couldn't think of what to say. But I wrote some notes for this one. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching any of the other videos, the how-to videos and the tech unboxings and things like that. Let me know if there's anything you want to see us do. I'm, going to be looking for hobbies for the winter. So, yeah, hit us up. And thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, follow, all that kind of fun stuff. And, yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.